Your Honor, I would like to call to the stand Mr. Simon Rex.
Proceed. Bailiff, please swear in the witness.
Do you, Simon Rex, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Mr. Rex, thank you for taking the time today to provide us with your testimony. I would like to start today by having you read the deposition you provided to us on September 18th, 2104. Please read clearly and concisely.
I, Simon Rex, 24 Crossway, Morgantown, West Virginia, make oath and statement as follows. On the morning of the 12th day of July, 2103, I was searching the ruins of the Super Duper Mart, seeking toilet paper after contracting a case of swamp itch from the use of irradiated leaves. Upon exiting the storefront and fending off a horde of potato mole things on legs, I was accosted by a band of threateningly dressed individuals. After standing there watching these creatures attempting copulation with my feet, they drew weapons and asked for a donation. Frustrated, I attempted to use a stim pack, as by this point these little creatures were depriving me of life. I fumbled and accidentally stimmed packed myself twice, as well as ingested 5 rataways, 2 psychos, and 3 buffed hats. At this point I was able to subdue the creatures and see to my more pressing predicament. An alpha-type character strode forward with a blade of worrying length and again demanded a donation. I attempted to barter and offer some helpful maps to some treasure troves I'd discovered. The person in question, whom I later came to know as Warlord, smirked, put his blade away, and pulled out some kind of slingshot pistol. A moment later, a dart had struck me in the chest. I quickly lost control of my bowels and faculties and was rendered completely senseless. Yelling and congratulating themselves, this warlord figure ripped my pack off my back, and his gang began emptying my pockets. Unable to speak, much less put up a fuss, they took the next hour to degrade my prone form by decorating me as a triumph to their raider life. Humiliated and unable to move, they departed. Unfortunately for me, a high-pitched gobbling noise could be heard approaching from the east. To my chagrin, it was a horde of lustful mole rats. Jesus Christ, it was sticky. You know what? I think I'm done talking now.
Are these the sworn words you will now testify to?
I don't recall. Look, at the time of my deposition, I had just escaped from 3 weeks in the atomic shop purgatory and wound up in my camp with a 10-foot-tall Paul Bunyan statue, and I was missing 2 liters of blood. What I'm telling you now is my truth, for whatever it's worth. I was probably suffering from some episode of something.
Mr. Rex, are you now contracting your deposition statement or suggesting that the information contained within may be false or inaccurate?
Your stenographer wrote my testimony down on the back of a stained napkin because he couldn't find the fancy hairbrushes and screws to fix your typewriter. Maybe if your officer wasn't so busy chugging down his 8th coffee, he would have asked me clearer questions. Are we almost done here, or...
Will the people of this court please come to order?
Fire breathers, please take control of this crowd.
Everyone, calm down. Back to your seats. Come on now, no trouble.
Order! I said
Back
order
to
in
your
the
seats.
court. There will be order in my court.
Your Honor, may I request a brief recess?
That sounds fine. The court will take a 5-minute recess. Everybody settle down. The court is back in session.
It has come to our attention, Your Honor, and people of the court, that our witness, Mr. Simon Rex, may have been compromised. We have information now that suggests that we would like to treat this witness as hostile.
Counsel, are you in receipt of tangible information? If so, please bring your new information to the court for verification.
Yes, Your Honor. We have a written statement which has been brought to our attention.
Thank you, Bailiff. After presentation of this information given, permission is granted for the counsel to treat this witness as hostile.
Stand down. I need you to stand the fuck down. You hear me?
The audience will settle down or I will hold each of you in contempt.
What are you supposed to be accomplishing here? We're coming up on 1 year since Reclamation Day. You know what it's been for most of us? A year of hell. And then along come our saviors, the new responders. This entire charade, this trial, is to serve as a positioning of your power, with the prosecution of this warlord as your victory lap. But you were not elected nor chosen. You asserted power, invented justice, and now, just like others in history, have decided to impose what is right or wrong in a survival system. So, who determines your right to judge? Is all of this about fear or control? Or maybe you people just like things in life neat and tidy. But here's the real truth. You impose law because you fear the lack of control. Your control. Your will. You're the worst kind of hypocrites. Say what you want, but at least raiders are honest in their intentions. Hey, get your goddamn hands off me. Let me go, I need... Ah, Jesus Christ, my eyes. What is that, Yao Guai mace? It burns like a motherfucker.
The plan's already in play. Do your part and make it happen.
If this gets out, you might not make it out of there alive.
So be it.
We have no questions, Your Honor.